Good morning again, YouTube. I'm still at Woodland Cemetery on the same part of the cemetery where I ended the previous video at, and I'm going to show more of this cemetery right here. I'm still on the southern end of the cemetery right here. These plots right here are probably, this is some of the newer stuff, because there's a whole bunch of land up here that has not even been used or plotted on, or there's very few plots right here. You could kind of see as I'm going up the hill, there's a bunch of this space up here and underneath these trees that are still able to be plotted yet, that have not yet been plotted yet. So, and as I said in the last video, they said they got space for about 100 to 150 more years. But yeah, this is all untapped. This is all untapped on these trees right here. And more of these beautiful pine trees. This is just an absolute gorgeous and beautiful place. And underneath these trees, there's only a few plots that have been here, although there is one right up here that I'm going to take a look at right here. But Kearns bench right there. World War II veteran Harmon Alvin Kearns, Ruth Marie Kearns, beloved wife and mother, Harmon Alvin Kearns, Sergeant, U.S. Army, World War II. So they both died the same year. Now this is probably, well, actually I was about to say this was an older plot, but this is in the last 10 years. Hamby right here. Williams right here. Just another look at the beautiful landscaping right here. Francis Louise McLean right there. Yeah, this section right here, there's not too many people that have been buried in this section of the cemetery yet, but this is just simply a beautiful cemetery. As far as I know, it's Dayton's oldest cemetery, and it's largest. It's around 200 or 300 acres. This place is just absolutely gigantic. Here's a grave up on the hill that I'm gonna get a picture of. This grave kind of stands out for, in the sense, because it's really about the only one up here in this section. I'm gonna go up another section of the hill because I don't have the best shoes on this morning to walk up that hill, but here's another part of the hill I'll go up. But yeah, more of these beautiful pine trees right here, and as I said, most of this is untapped burial space right here. I'm probably not going to do too many videos outside of this today. These videos that I'm making here, I may do one or two others, but this is the Stewart Street. That's a bridge that goes underneath to the newer section of the newer section of cemetery. I'm going to cover that in the next video over there. Here's another one. Gregor F. Stukenberg, Cox, U.S. Navy. Stukenborg. And here, this is a plot for 7 or 8 people. I only see one person is buried here so far, and that is Betty. So the Skidmore family right here. They probably got a pretty good deal on this part of the cemetery right here, because this part of the cemetery, there's really not a whole lot of people buried in this part of the cemetery, but Kingman right there. Now this is a really unique plot. You don't see many of the graves here that actually have the actual pictures of them, but the Kingman family, David, Born to Sing, and Dottie, Dorothy, Jean, I'll be crossing over Jordan, win my crown of life I won. So that's a really beautiful plot right there. Couple more right here, Jones, Richard, and Eugenia. This one, there's nothing there on it, so obviously somebody that was a passionate golfer. Wanda K. Hart Walker, you can see the golfing symbol right here. Kayla Carly B. Gayhart, so obviously you could see the deer symbol, so obviously somebody that had a passion for deer hunting and the outdoors and animals in general right here. Going to show some more of this right here. Bradley right here. Robert F. He's still living. His wife Faye, she passed away around 7 or 8, but yeah, about 7 years ago, almost 8. Love and memory, Kathleen Kitty Lacken. Sunrise. So this is pretty unique right here. Sunrise, obviously indicating when she was born, and sunset and when she died. So that's a pretty unique plot right there. Yeah, you have some really unique plots right here. Here's a picture of Morris, Albert, and Wanda. They've both been passed away in the last 11 years. Picture right here. So I have a twin oak. Curtis Alvin Welch III. He died, back in 04, so he was only 19 when he passed away. You can see his picture right there. Pretty unique graves right here. I'm actually quite impressed, even though this is a newer section of the cemetery, but the graves here are actually quite unique. They definitely have some character and personality. Turner William, he's been passed away 14 years. Stella, his wife, obviously she is still living, obviously. Timothy Thompson, beloved Marine, husband, father, son, uncle, and Marine. So could have been somebody who may have lost their life in war in either Iraq or Afghanistan. I don't really know, but that's just possible. Right here, Thompson right here. Yeah, I'm glad I decided to cover this part of the cemetery, because I haven't covered this, and definitely some unique stuff. Scott, parents of Nathaniel, Rochelle, and Angela right here. And Greg right here. Raymond and Susan. Greg, Susan is still living right here. Now this one gravesite, I wanted to get this before, but I'm going to get it in a second here. It's kind of hard to get up that embankment with sandals on, but I'll get that in a second. Here's another brothers and sisters right here. The Potts family. Michael passed away 4 years ago. Deborah's still living. Matthew is still living, and Rianne. So obviously Matthew and Rianne are their children right here. The Brown family right here. Roll into God's pearl gates, very beautiful tribute. Woody E. L. Wood and Rose K. Marie. Well, Woody had passed away, but Rose Marie is still living, married March 21st, 1986. So they obviously both got married a little bit later in life, obviously. But I'm going to finish up on this part of the cemetery. I'm going to probably start a new one here in a few minutes here, but you can see just more of the trees and just the architecture through this cemetery is just simply magnificent and simply stunning scenery right here. I'll probably come back in a little bit and possibly cover another section, but I'm going to cover some of the newer stuff. I'm going to cover some of the newer stuff in this right here. I don't know how long. I'm probably only going to stick around here for an hour or so, because I think it's getting ready to rain in a little bit. I can always, you know, do more of these another time. I was wondering whether or not to even come here today, but I'm actually glad I did. Here's that iron gate. That's the Stewart Street up there, Woodland Cemetery. That takes you to the newer section of the cemetery, although this section is fairly new as well, because there's still tons of space here that has not been used yet. But anyway, YouTube, that's it for this one.